Hey guys, welcome to another video. I hope that you all are doing great. So without wasting any more of your time, let's roll the intro. Today, we are going to talk about the top 5 programming languages that you should learn in 2020. Now, all these languages that I have listed here are not in any particular order, which means that number 1 is not better than number 5 in any way. All these languages are unique and have their own set of advantages and disadvantages. My goal throughout this video would be to tell you what these languages are and in what areas are they being used so that you can decide for yourself which language you want to learn, in which you have your interest. So in at number 5, we have C++. Yes, the good old programming language that most of us know about. It is one of the earliest languages that is still being in practice today. It is an object-oriented programming language and it is also known for its very fast compilation and execution times. Be it Windows, Mac, or Linux, all of them use C++ at their backend. It is the backbone of all well-known operating systems, owing to the fact that it is a strongly typed programming language and its compilation and execution times are real fast. Many popular games like Counter-Strike and Call of Duty also uses C++ at their backend because, as you know, in these games the low latency is a very critical metric which is only provided by C++. Another notable feature of this language is that it supports the use of pointers, which is not available in many other programming languages. Also, if you study C++, you'll get a lot of your programming basics very clear, including memory allocation. So, if you are a beginner to coding or are trying to learn programming, it would be a good one for you. So, at number 4, we have JavaScript. No, not Java, JavaScript. These are two very different languages with a very different set of features. Over the years, JavaScript has evolved into a multi-paradigm, high-level, dynamic programming language. Today, JavaScript is one of the most widely used programming languages in the world. Web development is dominated by JavaScript because of frameworks like Angular, React, and many other, which has made it really simple for a beginner to start web developing using JavaScript with a little bit of practice. JavaScript is easy to learn and is utilized in a variety of applications, including backend development, serverless computing, making mobile and browser apps, and undoubtedly it is the king of web development. So I think that you should definitely learn this one. At number 3, we have Swift. Not many people know about this language, but it is a good one. The basic difference between other programming languages and Swift is that it is used to make apps on Mac and iOS. Now, there are a lot of very experienced programmers already coding in seasoned languages like C++, Java, Python, but there are relatively lesser people who are familiar with Swift. So, my point here is that if you learn Swift, you'll face much lesser competition. Swift has a really clean syntax and a very powerful error handling system, which will tell you about your bugs or errors in your code beforehand. Also, as Swift was meant to replace languages that use C as their backend, it shares the same compilation and execution time as C++, which is a really good thing in my opinion. Also, I would let you know the fact that you can only code in Swift if you have a MacBook or a Mac PC, which not many people have, including me. So only consider learning this language if you have access to an Apple machine. And if you do, then I think it is the perfect language for you to learn. In at number 2, we have Java. Now Java is among the earlier languages which is still very much relevant today. It is a little difficult to get a grasp of Java as compared to some of the modern languages that we see today, but trust me, after learning it, you'll have all your programming basics crystal clear. The greatest thing about Java is JVM or Java Virtual Machine. Using JVM, The code that we write in Java is accessible to all the machines without having any import issues. Due to JVM, Java was also known as write once and run everywhere application. Now you can make a lot of scalable projects using Java, such as enterprise application development, web development, and it is most famous for Android app development. So if you are into any of that, you should definitely go for Java. And at last, at number one, we have none other than Python. Today, Python is omnipresent in many areas of software development with no signs of slowing down. Python is really useful for developers as it is beginner friendly, easy to use, and it is really easy to write production grade code in Python. Another very interesting feature of Python is that it is closely integrated with C and C++ so that it can offload its heavy task to the compiler of C that is using its fast runtime to its advantage. Let that sink in for a second. There are a lot of libraries, repositories, and a lot of online support for Python, so you will never run out sources to learn from. There is also a very huge array of libraries and frameworks like Django, used for web development, and TensorFlow, used to make artificial neural networks. There are many applications of Python, including data science, data analytics, artificial intelligence, deep learning, and web development. Especially in data analytics and artificial intelligence, there is no match for Python. So if you are a beginner, I would highly recommend you to learn Python first. So that were all the languages for today. If I left your favorite language, please let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you have watched this far, please consider liking and subscribe to our channel, clicking that bell icon. This is me, Avichal Suneja, signing off.